Through most of my life, I've been moving through fear and I've been moving in uncomfortability. What this improvisation, as my dad calls it, taught me is that fear teaches you. It is not here to hurt you most of the time because fear is a reaction. When you stop allowing fear to discourage you, scare you, when you talk to your body, when you explain to yourself that, this fear is a reaction, we can analytically judge if this situation is actually dangerous or it's potentially endangering our growth. We can move with more mindfulness. We can make choices that will allow us to grow more in the right direction. So without all of this yapping, I just really want you to understand that you need to do it scared. We base our actions on emotions so much because we feel like, we need to feel our bodies, our intuition. Sometimes people do it consciously. Sometimes people move through emotions consciously, like based on emotions. They're like, I don't feel like this is right for me. And then they start explaining this uncomfortability, which is another way of saying finding excuses. You explain your uncomfortability with an emotion and justify it by, I respect myself, I respect my boundaries, I don't feel like this is for me, this doesn't feel right. While you internally know that if you took the risk, you would win. You could do this. You just either don't want to do this, you don't believe in yourself enough, or it seems too risky, too scary, too uncomfortable. The other thing is, people do it unconsciously. People unconsciously choose to live through this, I am scared. And they just get stuck in this fear. They just internalize it so much. They identify with it so much that their normal way of filtering reality, their normal way of, living this life is, I'm not doing this because this is uncomfortable, period. Like this is unachievable. These types of people don't even usually put themselves in a situation where they daydream, where they dream, where they have big goals and unachievable fantasies and crazy ideas, which is unhealthy. I believe we're all artists. These people usually say that they're not artists. And I don't believe in this concept of not having a creative side to you. I'm losing my fucking voice because I'm yapping daily. Uncomfortability and fear are here for you just like anything that feels difficult. Uncomfortability and fear are external little energies that come into your space. So they're not even you. You are not in fear. You are not afraid. These little things, these waves come in your presence, in your bubble, and it might feel like they disrupt your peace because you might allow it. It might feel like you're powerless and you cannot adjust your frequency in order to move with them and work with them. But if you train your mind to perceive them as friends, as something that is here to help you grow, you can allow them to shape your mind into a stronger, more powerful machine, into something so unbreakable and creative and passionate that you will start chasing the fear, chasing the failure, chasing the uncomfortability. I genuinely love being uncomfortable. Like, this is my rest day. I'm not supposed to go anywhere, even though I did a lot of work. I did a shoot today. I posted a few videos, edited a few videos, and I was not supposed to go to the gym, and it feels uncomfortable for me because it feels too comfortable. It feels like I'm not doing anything, and it's not because I'm beating myself up and I'm losing progress, none of that, because I realized the importance of resting and giving myself space to recover. But it feels too chill. Like, I want something more. And I feel like because I'm always so okay with the situation not being difficult, I feel like these experiences of my entire life, of me moving countries, cities, neighborhoods, schools, communities, friend groups, never being stable in anything, being so ungrounded and feeling unsafe constantly, made me feel so safe and unsafety that on a body level, obviously it was very difficult and traumatizing. Like, I literally had breathing problems and I went to a doctor because of it when I was a kid. But it trained my mind to be like, even body, first mind, then body, to chase this uncomfortability, because we learned that through this process we grow. And we want to grow more. We want to realize more. So what do we need to do? Chase this uncomfortability. It's even unconscious. Like, I don't even actually want, like, obviously I don't want to push myself to go through shit, but I want it. It's weird. I kind of went in a different direction with this conversation. It was supposed to be about fear. Fear stops us a lot of times. Sometimes it makes you freeze. Sometimes when you don't allow it to move through you, as I said, it kind of like disrupts your bubble if you let it, disrupts your energy space, disrupts your peace if you let it. Everything that you fear will attract more fear. So in order to unattract fear, you need to not be scared of it. You need to welcome it. Tell it that it's okay. It's safe in your presence. Just like with anything in your life, if you chase something, it runs away from you. And I'm not telling you to chase fear or be psychotic about things that are difficult, or like constantly like be crazy David Goggins type of a character, bless his soul, and do things that are super difficult for your body, mind, and soul, because you might go crazy. Like if it's something that you want to do, you can do it, but it's not what I'm telling you to do. Just be okay with things being very difficult. Look at it this way. You're chasing someone, infatuated with an idea of someone. You're constantly trying to get their attention. You're constantly trying to like catch the eye contact, trying to understand what they're thinking in this moment. This is a situation in which you're literally energetically pushing them away. Because I don't want to go into all of that like I don't chase, I attract type of a situation, because this is a whole different topic. But what it ends up happening is that when you allow it, you don't need it, you're okay with it. It's not like I don't need you. It's like I'm okay with any outcome. The state of allowance, the state of flow, the state of acceptance, of like pure, I'm so okay right now. Like I'm literally chilling. No matter what happens, no matter how much fear you pour into my cup, no matter how much uncomfortability, difficulty, loneliness, pain, death, anything, I'm so safe. I'm like so centered and grounded, and I feel so okay. Let's get together and be alright. That whether this thing comes in my direction or goes out of my field, nothing will change. It might not elevate me as I was expecting. It might not like improve my experience as I was hoping, but it only means that it wasn't for me. The same thing with fear. When you allow it, with anything positive and negative, it works the same way, but our bodies were designed to view it in a dualistic manner and disconnect things, because we live in this polar world. The same thing with fear. If you allow it, it will dissolve in your reality. Like, look at it this way. You allow something to be in your reality, so it flows like a wave in your bubble and kind of dissolves in it and finds its way into all of the places where it needs to be. And if it's not meant to be there for a long time, it will go away on its own. You don't have to work for things. You don't have to struggle. Your normal frequency is peace. Your normal, natural human state is presence, peace, acceptance, love, joy. Just, you're good. This is like what I meant. Like, I'm literally good. No matter what happens to me, as long as I'm breathing. You need to do it through fear. This is just an emotion, just a little wave of energy that gets thrown in your bubble for your character development, for your evolution, for you. Like, the key thing is for you. It is not meant to destruct. It is not meant to be like a universal joke, or it's not here to make you feel worse about yourself. Fear is here for you to show you that there is more. In a way that you allow it and you listen to it and you study it, you analyze the whole pattern, because it's not just an emotion, like it comes with a lesson. Everything is a lesson. As long as you learn from it, you overcome it in that way, you go to a new level. You move forward and you evolve. You evolve through creating. And fear of creating, the worst type of fear. You close yourself in your own cage of perception and your own cage of overthinking and your own cage of what are people going to think about? Like, what is the worst thing that can happen? You will lose some people that don't get it. You are going to attract reactions that are not even on your level. You might get some backlash. And genuinely don't understand this. I also keep getting into this loop of like, oh my God, what are they going to think about me? Like, this looks stupid. Like, I do get tiny little moments of that sometimes, not perfect in any way, but I'm trying. What I understood is that all of these reactions are also lessons, and they're also for you to help you understand something. The only thing you can do and have to do is control what you can control, and it is your reaction, especially your reaction to fear. As I said, learn it, understand it, study what I just explained because I feel like it made sense, and work with it. It's here for you to utilize it. So move through fear. What I mean by do it scared is I literally mean do it no matter how you feel. You will not care how you felt a few years after you do this process. You go through this learning experience, you go through this training, you go through this school, you go through this weight loss journey, you go through this, preparation for a marathon, whatever it is for you, whatever this huge process of like maybe starting a business, maybe preparing to build a family, whatever it is, do it scared. Do it without being sure if you're built for this. Because in the process of growing into the person that you feel like you might be, you will figure out if you're built for this. You will be pushed in directions of challenges, and like you will be challenged. By opening yourself up to fear, by overcoming it, by becoming stronger, you're opening yourself up to new levels of difficulty. Literally like in a game. So whatever you do is in your control. Whatever you do with this fear, whatever you do, literally scared or not scared, you just have to do it. There is no need of you losing time, losing your energy, and being stagnant in fear. The only way to move through fear is to move through it. Part of universal law. X talked about it just before his death. I'm pretty sure even X's death was explained in this way, that when you are ready to receive something that holds some type of value, in your energy field, there will be a certain amount of energy extracted from your reality that is equivalent to the value provided. So there needs to be this equal give and take, and this motive of sacrificing something to receive it, losing to gain, going through pain in order to heal and grow, regenerate after shedding skin, going through hell just to find peace is so popular in culture. Like I just gave you so many examples in nature, in culture, in music, in books, in history, in anything, because it is also connected only because it is a part of law, physics, science, universal law. Allowance and acceptance. Literally just listen to Bob Marley and take it all very literally. We're all gonna be fine. Do it through fear.